how the legs are.
Went solo for that huge victory on that particular day ahead of Demi Vollering, and Urshka got the top 10 position. 94.5 kilometers to go. This is Pogačar in the yellow. Have you ever seen Tadej Pogačar wear a nose strip?
No, I was just about.
I wonder why.
But I kind of almost disagree. I think the other climb's almost harder than what we're doing today. They are steeper ramps for sure, but there's also lots of pieces where it flattens out that you don't have it on the march time that they did the last time. The other climb is a lot steadier. You don't have a maximum gradient as big as what we have on the first kilometer of the last climb today. But I do think that last year, well, that the last time we came up here, the other climb was maybe harder.
Let's see how it plays out. We're on to the second climb of the day, the Col de Page. There's the vital statistics left-hand side. There's where we are on the course. No real flat roads today.
So this morning, there was a little article about the time gaps between Pogačar and Vingegaard over the years. And actually, this year is not the biggest time gap they've had.
No.
The biggest time gap was back in 2021, where Pogačar was 5 minutes 32 over Vingegaard, who was lying in fourth after the stage. Oh, sorry, about stage one. It wasn't about today. So after the rest day, sorry.
But the gap is not that significant, is it? It could be by the end of tonight if Pogačar goes on the attack again and Vingegaard can't follow, but it could be that Vingegaard brings back some time. He's been good here before. Who knows? I think the interesting thing is the gaps between second and 10th place. But nothing is assured in the top 10 right now. I can't believe how many people are on this mountain. The number of people coming past our commentary position is absolutely incredible. Damien Howson on the front of this group, 1:36, the peloton at 2 minutes. The chasers are almost there now. They're at 30 seconds. The fact that Howson's come to the front here, Nico, and driving things on for the group containing Pidcock, does that tell you anything?
It's too late.
They're in the background. What is Damien Howson's job here today? No idea.
Yeah, it's to keep the breakaway going, and he's got some Pidcock there, but it's not going to happen. The train is already chasing them, and they're going to be caught quite soon.
Here's the chasers. Rubio with Castrillo with Aronsman. They're riding strongly, this group of riders, but they're not closing in on the front of the race right now. 5 points on offer at the top of this climb.
So this morning there was still a little reminder as well that Visma Lease Bike were still looking for a title sponsor.
Have they not found anything yet?
Well, not publicly anyway. And there's an interview from Mauro Giannetti after that the Prince of Monaco yesterday confirmed that Tadej Pogačar was going to come to the start of the Volta at the start of Monaco. And Mauro Giannetti just said, we'll decide for Tadej after the tour. It's not a no.
It's not a no. For sure it's not a no. But it is starting in Monaco. It starts a few minutes from Tadej's house. So if he does want to ride, at least he just has to go down the road.
He's got to go to the full lap of Spain after that, though.
Exactly. But you just sell it on the basis of, look, you don't have to go very far. It just starts there. We'll pick you up in the bus. Off you go.
You're talking about could be a good day for Jonas Vingegaard. And his comment about the final climb said he was good for him. And for the first time, we're entering on really his terrain, and he's excited about today. He says, until now, the course wasn't good for me, and I'm happy about this climb.
Oh, he knows it, doesn't he? He knows.
Does he?
Lamarck's time. Yes.
Through the bike path?
No, he doesn't. Well, he's done the record, I'm sure.
Yes.
Surely. There's the 92 banner across the road. These riders working really well. UAE Team Emirates XRG conquered its 70th yellow jersey at the Tour yesterday. If you count 68 under their current setup and 2 as Lamprey with Rubens Bertogliati in 2002.
He was here yesterday in the commentary booth.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't
Didn't recognize him with
No.
the Swiss TV.
I didn't see him
No.
yesterday. Ah, okay. There you go. Swiss TV have a lot of guests, don't they?
Yeah.
At the moment, they've got Domenico Pozzovivo. They've had Mauro Giannetti in, Rubens Bertogliati.
But Pozzovivo's there every day.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And they start a bit later than we do, and he goes out proper training in the morning, not just doing a few kilometers, because he's told me he was racing. So he's decided to turn pro again this year.
At 43.
At 43. And actually finished 4th on his first race.
Was that Tour of the Alps?
Tour of the Alps, exactly, yeah. And he's back racing in August, so he's training hard every morning.
He does look like he could win a race tomorrow. He's sitting about 20 metres away from us on the right-hand side. Pidcock, always out the saddle, an unusual style, Pidcock. Likes to be in and out the saddle all the time. Big gear, rolls it over. 6.9 kilometres to go to the top. We've just gone through the town of Kruth, which has got a population of 860 people. Onto the Col de Page. And it looks like team cars are trying to come across now. Net Company Ineos. I notice you've swapped from gels to bars. Oh no, you've got gels as well. How many gels? 2 gels and 1 bar in one day. That's
No, I mean,
keeping the caffeine for the end.
for the final. We have a 4-hour drive tonight.
We do actually. You've done the right thing. I'm sitting here thinking we have got no snacks for tonight's 4-hour drive.
But normally I do have snacks that are not race related. But today I forgot my snacks, so I'm stuck with my little caffeine gel and my protein bar.
Do you know what? My emergency cookies that Ava Berman gave me at the start of this race. The ones that are left are in my suitcase. That's really bad planning, isn't it? Waffles from the Netherlands. I've kept just a few left. Should have brought them with us. Aronsman has a bike change coming up very, very quickly. They were getting ready for that. There's the bike. He's going to get that off the rack very fast. Aronsman comes to a standstill. And they're about to give him a quick push, get him going again. That was a rapid bike change from that chasing group of riders. Good coordination from the team there to get that bike change so fast.
True, but I'm not a big fan of the sports directors coming out of the car, especially when you're parked on the inside line of the corner. And they start to do that a lot. Oh, who's that?
Is that Castrillo? Castrillo has come to an absolute standstill. Wow. He's gone from the chasing group of riders trying to go across to literally stop. I'm surprised at that. He was going well. So now it's all about Rubio.
I think the regulator will not be there.
To the net company car.
The gap. Aronsman 38 seconds to that group of we start rider Rubio.
Aronsman, a stage winner in the Tour de France, remember? Trying to work his way across to the front of the race. Can he give Net Company a day to remember? As Rubio disappearing. working hard. When you've had a bike change like that, it must be difficult to get back into your rhythm again. Or not really.
No, it's okay.
You just settle back in straight away.
You lose a bit of momentum. It's always better when, how long was it? About 30 seconds he's lost. So it's a big effort for him because he has to, obviously, he was in his pace, but now he just has to get out of his pace and push a little bit more, try and bridge across. So it's energy costing, but
Bini flicks the elbow. Valentin Paripant comes through to the front to do his bit of pacemaking. Jonathan Plant said to me yesterday on a message that he watches because he's really impressed with the sportsmanship in cycle racing that is still there, and likes to see the fact that even the other day Lidl Trek didn't carry out their plan until Philipsen came back into the race and things like that. It is sporting. I know it's becoming more and more commercial and much more business-like, but there are still riders who have respect for each other and some sportsmanship compared to other sports.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think cycling is still one of the sports where you may not like everyone, but you still give each other a tap on the shoulder and think, right or even wrong. And there's not too much aggressiveness between riders. Obviously, in the heat of things, some riders lose their temper, and that's absolutely normal.
Yes.
But most times it's settled pretty quick. Not saying that everyone's best mates, but we've been watching some football matches, and I think cyclists tend to behave a little bit better. We don't push each other and out of the way. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed watching a football match or two, but I just feel that in cycling you just don't have this aggressivity between one rider and the other, at least not physical.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, watching the World Cup, there's so many feigned injuries and other things that go on, whereas in cycling you don't get any of that.
No, I think it kind of ruins the show, because I mean, whatever happens in the match is okay, it's great, but it's a pity that they bunch up and start pushing each other out. Bruno Amurai.
Amurai working well. Housen pulling all sorts of faces in second place. This is hurting a lot. 5 kilometres to go for the chasers, the group of Pidcock. I think Housen's got enough.
That's it, it's done.
So it is hard out there. Look at Housen. He's
Castrillo straight through that group as well.
Aronsman is coming across. Ian Stannard.
So it looked like he didn't want a full bike change. That was obviously before Castrillo swung off. That was before the bike change.
Yes.
And look, it looks like he was, well, from what we understand, on the limit, and he was afraid that if he stops for a bike change, he won't make it back. Which probably he had a flat that sealed with the sealant, and he was just he had just lost a bit of air.
But now he's got himself going. He's actually not that far off the front group. Niels Pollitt. Behind him, Van Gils, Tratnik, Remco Evenepoel, Lidl Trek going well. Oh, problem for Kwiatkowski.
And the regulator not happy with the TV camera.
No, he's not impressed at all. But the TV camera had to get the pictures. Castrillo about to be caught now by the peloton. He did everything he could to get Rubio there, and now he sits up. Watches everybody ride past. The double stage winner in La Vuelta, Castrillo on the left-hand sides. 3.4 kilometers to go to the top. Rubio looking for the team car. Checking over his shoulder. Yeah, he's going well, Rubio, getting himself across there. Here comes the team car. Here's Ahrensman, 22 seconds. Out the saddle, trying to get himself to the front of the race on his own. Pidcock's group is still holding about a minute. Here is the group of Pidcock. He's starting to look a lot more sprightly now, you know. It's Quinn Simmons on the wheel. Bruno Amirai trying to pull this gap out as much as possible. For Pidcock, he's still virtual second place in this tour. And as this race continues, at some point, Pidcock's going to start to feel like now he goes all in. $1:48 and $2:49 to the peloton. Amirai's doing a massive amount of work here.
Yes, he is. A lot of work there for Jorgensen and his group.
Is this for the stage or is this to set Vengegaard up later? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
Probably both. Again, I think at the moment he's trying to set Jorgensen to put him in the best position. Do you see the twin of
Yes.
on the side? He's been on the race a few days.
There's a few Quinn Simmons lookalikes.
Good lookalike, yes. I think he's. I think they're pressing on to have Jorgensen in the front as much as possible. So if something happens, if there's an acceleration, they know he's up the front, because he wasn't amazing yesterday and suffered a lot yesterday. And I think that if there's a big acceleration, they're worried that maybe Sepp Kuss is the only rider that can go with Vingegaard. So if they have him in the front, if that gap opens, it gives him again a little cushion for when Vingegaard comes or when the group of favorite comes. Sharp. Ooh.
Whoa. A few problems there, Ahrensman.
Yeah, a bit rigid there on the bike.
Gets himself onto the climb. Puts on the pressure. Huge crowd here now as well. The front group of riders, just to remind you, Anderson, Tobias, Johannesson, Heiner Rubio in blue of Movistar, Carapaz, Ben Healy and Valentin Paripant. That's our front group. 24 seconds to Ahrensman, 1:48 to the group of Tom Pidcock, 2:48 to the group of the yellow jersey and Vengegaard. And also Mads Pedersen is in that group of riders as well.
And pay attention for positioning, because on the next climb it's full of people. A lot of people on the next climb. Pay attention. Try to take good position as a team. Good job, so far, boys.
It is full. Look at this. Standing room only at the side of the road. 1 kilometre to go to the top of Col de Page, the second climb of the day. Carapaz and Valentin Paripant in a battle for polka dots. The two Johannesson brothers together, united to try and win this stage. Ahrensman rocking and rolling, big gear that he's just talking over. He's not getting there yet, is he? It's taken him a long, long time.
He's battling hard, though. He's coming back 16 seconds. He sees the cars.
And finally gets a bit of motivation. Thinks, okay, There they are. Finally, I could see the back of the group. Can I get myself across? Still Amirai and Tom Pidcock on the front.
Still quite a large group. Tom Pidcock.
It's a bit grey here again under the trees, but we haven't had any more rain, which is very good news indeed. Carapaz getting ready, 500 meters. We're going to have another sprint, 5 points on offer at the top. This will put one of these riders very close then to Pogacar's 42 points. Healy getting ready to try and give Carapaz a bit of a launch pad. Anderson moves across. Barry Pant using Ben Healy as his lead-out man. Now they get set for the sprint again at the top of this climb. The polka dot jersey could be on the shoulders of Valentin Parry-Pant or Carapaz tonight. 320 meters to go. Carapaz getting ready. Valentin Parry-Pant seems to be a little bit more explosive today. Let's see how the second climb goes. He just outwitted Carapaz on the first. They can almost see the top. 192 meters to go. Valentin Parry-Pant checks over his shoulder. Carapaz gets ready. And Healy stamps again. Trying now to put him in position. And Valentin Parry-Pant gets ready. Carapaz gets ready to sprint. It's very, very close to the top here. And it's Parry-Pant again who takes the points.
And you're right. Look, it's starting to rain again. It's not just the forest that was making everything go dark. The clouds have covered the sky again. And the start of a few raindrops.
That puts Valentin Parry-Pant on 30. And Richard Carapaz, 33, and Carapaz on 30 points. There's still another 20 on offer on today's stage. Aronsman can see the motorbike just in front of him, but he's lost more time. He was almost there, Nico, but he suddenly lost a little bit more, another 10 seconds.
Yeah, with the acceleration of Ben Healy for the KOM, cost him another 10, 15 seconds. Oh, and Top Pidcock has been distanced under the pressure of Bruno Amirai. There he is still in this group. Tobias Foss in this group. Catenau in that group. Garcia, yes, Bini Garcia is in that group as well.
Yeah, Pidcock's having a bad moment here. Virtual second in the Tour, but he's not able to stay with the pace right now. He's not enjoying what Amirai's doing. They go round Pidcock. Can he survive to the top? If he's starting to hurt now, Nico, this is not good news for the legs.
No, it's not good news at all. Especially with such a large group. You'd think that he'd be able to hang around with this group of favourites.
Yeah, if the legs are starting to feel yesterday now, this is not a good signal for later on the stage.
He hasn't given up though, he'll be back. Yes, he'll stay in this group, that's fine. So we have a long descent now. They will go all the way to kilometer 75. And then they will go to a town of Buisson. And after that, they will have another couple of kilometers. Not as a tricky descent, more on a bigger road until kilometer 70. And that's when we start making our way towards the next first category climb, Le Ballon d'Alsace, 9 kilometers at 6.9%. And that's what they've climbed yesterday. So they've done the recon of that climb.
So a little bit of rain now on the lens. Slightly damp roads on the descent, so they're not going as flat out down there as they were. You can see the crowd with the rain jackets on. 3:09. 2 climbs over, 2 climbs left to go.
They do have a little bonus climb in the middle, an uncategorized climb.
Bonus.
It's not a small one, it's still 6 kilometers. They call the Hunstruck.
But they don't even give it a category, do they?
No, they don't. It says about 5 kilometers, around 6%. They call the hunt struck.
Over the top for the peloton, 3:11 is the gap. Let's hope it doesn't pour with rain now on this descent. Julien Alaphilippe still hanging on at the back of this group. There he is, number 191. Former yellow jersey of the Tour. Nice and steady at the moment down this descent. They're not going to go flat out if it's raining.
No, and quite narrow descent as well.
Aaron's been at 38 seconds still.
And as Founder saying, be careful, it's very slippy.
It does look slippy, doesn't it?
It does. You could just see the shine on the road. It's like, whoa.
And now they're really going to get rain out of the forest. First wet descent in the mountains.
Oh, you can actually hear the thunderstorm.
You can hear in the background, can't you? Ana Rubio on the back of the group. Yeah, it's crashing around up here on the mountains. We're going to hear now from the rider in the front group, Richard Carapaz.
Bueno, yo creo que ahí es una etapa muy buena, ¿no? Porque al final hay mucha montaña, desde el inicio va a ser muy difícil, ¿no? Si intentamos esperar hasta el final, ¿no? Yo creo que hoy es un día para probar.
Es un día importante para la clasificación de la montaña también.
Sí, bueno, hay muchos puntos en juego, ¿no? Y al final yo creo que eso también nos motiva a estar delante porque al final, pues bueno, no hay que ir sumando poco a poco. Sabemos que todavía queda una semana donde habrá muchos puntos en juego, pero bueno, va a ser vital, ¿no? Mientras más puntos podamos obtener en el camino va a ser mejor.
¿Y cómo te sientes ahora?
Bueno, bien, la verdad, ¿no? Estoy bastante bien, creo que tengo las piernas para poder intentar buscar una etapa, ¿no? Y al final yo creo que esa es la motivación de todos los días.
Horrible weather. 79.2 kilometers of racing to go. Leading group of riders. Carapaz, we just heard from. Ben Healy, Ana Rubio, Valentin Barry-Pant, and the two Johannesson twins from Uno X Mobility, Anders and Tobias. Carapaz looking for the king of the mountains, also looking for the stage. As they splash their way down this descent, they're going to go all the way, as Miko mentioned earlier, down to about 70 kilometers to the bottom of Ballon d'Alsace. It's a first category climb at 8.9 kilometers. Over the top of that, down to the final climb, the Col de Hague, and then up to the race finish at Le Markstein. We crest the top of the Col de Hague with 5.9 kilometers of racing to go. Welcome along. I'm Ant McCrossan.
Thank you.
can get myself and Nico on social media at Nicholas Roach, at Ant McCrossan.
Thank you.
You can get us on every social media, including the written ones, and we'll give you our messages and answer your messages and answer some of your questions as we go through the race. 68k an hour, not flat out now on these descents, trying to measure their effort to ensure that they don't slide off on a corner or something like that. Technically, got to be very, very good on these descents. Slightly wider tyres now, so the riders have got a little bit more grip. Aronsman, though, is not closing this gap at 45 seconds. Yesterday, Mauro Schmidt was the stage winner. He got his maiden tour stage win. 6 years of a wait. The last win was at Saran in 2020 when Mark Hirschi took the victory. Harold Tiada posted the best result for Colombia since Fernando Gaviria scored the same result in Torino in 2024 in second place. And Jaco Alula scores for the third straight year at the Tour. Dylan Groenewegen in Dijon in 2024, Ben O'Connor in Courchevel last year, And this year, Mauro Schmidt. Bruno Amirai. Oh, here's the radio.
Heavy rain in the descent. Heavy rain in the descent. Keep your focus there.
Yeah, very, very wet on this descent now. Amirai just on the front of the group, leans it into that corner. Pidcock's group is still 119 ahead of the peloton. Mauro Schmidt posted his 14th pro win yesterday. His first ever win was on a Grand Tour when he won in Montalcino in the Giro in 2021 when he was just 21. This year, he's won 5 races. 1 win in 2023, 2 in 2024, 3 in 2025, and 5 this season. So he really is progressing all the time. A rider who likes to do a little bit of surfing as well. I remember talking to him last year when we went to Singapore and Japan, and he had gone for a little surf holiday before he'd gone to the end of year criteriums in Asia, which we're looking forward to again this year. There's the situation on the climb, Col de Page. Valentin Paripon took the 5 points. Right-hand side, as they are almost now on the flat roads for a little while, 5 kilometers to go to the bottom of the next climb of the day at Ballon d'Alsace. Ben Healy just taking some food on board again. Benina Rubio just tucking in on the wheel. So, Nico, they've got themselves onto flat roads now, which is really good news. We're down at the centre.
A bit of a gap in the descent.
Pogačar is going clear. Pogačar has got a little bit of an advantage, and Vingegaard isn't there.
And it's the team of Little Trek who's trying to bridge across. It looks like it's Pedersen trying to bring it back.
Just looking to see who is here. Where's Remco Evenepoel there?
Yeah, it's the whole team of Red Bull Borhangsgrohe there. Oh, take it easy.
So slidey now. Remco is there, so is Lipovitz, but Jonas Vingegaard a little bit further behind, and now they're going to push on a little bit and make his life a little tougher.
Yeah, exactly. The idea is they're not going to ride alone, but it's just like if you can squeeze a little bit just to give them, put them a bit under pressure for free, that works perfectly. There's Pedersen trying to. It's a pity we didn't see who caused the gap.
Yeah, we didn't see any of those shots whatsoever.
But most likely is one of the riders there in the line that wasn't feeling very comfortable. And it's not that they have attacked. It's more about the fact that someone has less the gap. But the team of Red Bull Borhangsgrohe, this is good for them. Traknik putting a bit of pressure. And look at Pedersen trying to bring everybody back. Multiple splits in that peloton, not just the one. Behind, there's a group of another bunch of riders with Sexas in all his team. Again, very tricky descents, very narrow. Roads are wet.
We've just heard, as far as Decathlon is concerned, that Luke Rose extended his contract for 3 years with that team to be their sports director. There was a rumour he was going to go back to Net Company because that was where he spent most of his, or all of his career. All of his career. But now he's going to stay at Decathlon. There's the rain clouds in the background. Sunshine, sort of, on the back of the leading group of riders. It's changeable, I think you would describe it, as if you were a weather person. Still 2 minutes and 3 minutes 10. Pidcock didn't look so good on the last climb. He did look good early, but later on he started to look a little bit ragged. Here's confirmation of the situation in the King of the Mountains. Pogačar with 42, Valentin Paripant on 33, and Carapaz on 30. So Valentin Paripant could take the next climb, move into the King of the Mountains. And then if Pogačar decides he wants to win the stage, potentially Pogačar could take another 10 on the final climb of the day if he goes up the Col de Hague and takes that. So it's still with the balance as to whether anyone is going to take the King of the Mountains today.
Yes, I think Parepinte is looking forward to the next few days as well, where maybe he will try to be, well, most likely he will try to be in the breakaway and catch more points. Tomorrow there's a lot of points on grabs as well with the horse category climb. 34 points tomorrow. Do points count double on Plateau de Soleçon? I'll double check the rules.
Not the highest point, is it?
No.
We're coming to Ballon d'Alsace. We're almost there now. Nico, give us a little chat through this climb you rode earlier.
Well, no, this is the climb they rode yesterday.
Oh, yes.
So there we go. Very similar to yesterday. Quite steady, nice, big road. Always between 6 and 8%, a little bit 9% coming in the final part. Just coming up to the last 2 kilometers. There we go. Over the top, doesn't really flatten out for a while. There's the top there. About a kilometer and a half rolling down, and then the real descent, which is 12-kilometer descent on the other side. Very steady climb.
It's really steady, isn't it?
Yeah, 9 kilometers at 7%.
Let's see how they deal with this climb then as we make our way to the bottom of it now. Hope you're enjoying today's stage, the first of 2 big stages in the mountains this weekend. Kind of a traditional format to how we are. We're climbing Ballon d'Alsace now for the 30th time. Last time was yesterday. First to the top was Pidcock yesterday. We'll see whether he's still there at the front by the end of today's stage. See if the legs start to come round a little bit. Now into the sunshine. Healy swings across to the side of the road, and we're about to turn onto the climb any moment now.
And it's actually started to rain here on the finish line.
It has, isn't it?
Weather is really unpredictable, and look how blue the sky is.
Both of the EF riders come to a stop. Carapaz just couldn't get round that turn. Here we are again, Nico. Look at this. Carapaz nearly says hello to a young fan at the side of the road.
Yeah. I want to be wanting to be riding on Johannesson's wheel. He seemed again, he changed the line and forced Carapaz to slam the brakes and go straight. So because obviously if you slam the brakes and you start to turn, there's a slight wrist of the wheel. So again, very experienced Carapaz prefers to go straight and stop rather than risk it. But it seems to be that Johannesson's causing a few problems. He sent his teammate home, who actually we forgot to say his birthday was also 2 days ago. He was also on that list with Greipel.
Oh, yes,
happy belated birthday. But yeah, it looks like his teammate is a bit tricky descender.
Carapaz has had 2 shaky moments in this stage. Arensman is still 104 behind. That bike change didn't go well, did it?
No, it cost him maybe a stage position.
Do you think they should have waited?
No.
There was nothing they could do.
No. We talked about sportsmanship, but it's not charity ride.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, do you think the team should have waited to change the bike? Should they have done it later?
It's difficult to say. I can't say if it was the right or the wrong call. Sorry, I thought you meant the crew.
No.
I
didn't expect them to.
No, I thought so.
Sportsmanship and sportsmanship. This is a bike race.
Let's get carried away.
So Vauquelin having a chat at the back of the group. Valentin Parepinte out the saddle. On the front, trying to push this on a little bit more. Now we need to just take a look at the group of Pidcock and see whether his legs have come round again or whether his assault on moving into second place in this tour is actually going to come to a standstill on Ballon d'Alsace. You can have moments, can't you, where you just go through a bad time and then you come round half an hour later.
Yeah, for example, the rider from Lotto, he was struggling at some point. He did a big effort to make it back into that front group. And then literally the second he got back into it, he kind of struggled, went a little bit too deep. But yeah, this is the thing where you train a lot is, you know, how to get rid of all this acid lactic. You go into the red, you suffer, you struggle, then you try and recover.
Pedersen and Vengegaard having a little chat. Here comes the peloton into that corner, and UAE are fully in control. Pogacar's been talking on the radio a lot. Coming up to 3 minutes. They're still a minute behind the Pidcock group. Are we going to see an attack, long range, by Pogacar, or is he going to ride to Col de Hague? Let's wait and see what happens. Still got 7.5 kilometers to go to the top of this one. Daryl Impey trying to get Aronsman to calm down and maybe go back to the group behind, which probably is not a bad call. But then if he hasn't got the legs to go forward again, it's really difficult.
If he's back in the group behind, that's it. So it's never an easy call. That's why sports director is not a simple job. You can't. It's easier to say when you've made a mistake because it's visible on TV.
Yes.
But again, you have to try things, and it's very difficult to anticipate everything, and scenarios change continuously. That as sports directors make a lot of mistakes, but they also make a lot of great decisions that are often not seen on TV, or you can't always have the feeling for them.
We're going to hear now from Florian Lipovitz.
Today will be for sure a GC battle. I'm looking really forward. I see already a lot of German fans here, so yeah, I'm really motivated, and I already had a bit of goosebumps here, hearing my name everywhere.
What do you know of the stage? Did you do any recons?
Yeah, I did recon after Romandie, and yeah, it will be a super hard day, especially the last climb, super steep from the bottom, and then yeah, I hope for good legs.
Are you focused on wheels to follow, or not really? You do your own race?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, I will do my own race, but for sure, yeah, we have to see. But if Jonas goes, I will for sure try to follow him. But yeah, he showed on Tourmalet that he has really good legs, and yeah, we will have to see also together with Remco what we have left on the last climb.
Vauclin is dropped. So is Sebastian Berwick, distanced from the group of Pidcock now. This pace is going up again on this climb under the influence of Wiesmann Lease bike. Berwick's been riding well. He's had some good results this season, Sebastian Berwick, and will be moving from that Carural team for next season. Look at Bruno Amirai. He's still pushing the pressure on, isn't he? Has been on every climb today. That's a beautiful bit of land art, isn't it? What do you give that? I reckon that's a 9.5.
Yeah. I wonder what's spinning in the tree, though. It's great to have movement, but...
It is.
The cheese?
A nest. Cheese in a tree.
I mean, there's a cow in a tree. Carapaz, Healy, Paripant, Johansson, and Johansson.
Antonio Rubio on the back of the group. Back in sunshine. Again, here at the finish line, it's absolutely pouring down with rain.
Yeah, even the sandwich shop has closed now.
24 kilometers an hour on the climb. Healy being a perfect teammate for Carapaz today. But here's Amirai. Now, where is Pidcock? Is he still looking all right? He does, actually. Looks like he's recovered a little bit. Is Amirai trying to bring Jorgensen to the front? That's the big question, because he's absolutely burying himself.
Yeah, I think they want Jorgensen further in the front as possible. Just for when they attack behind, that he can be in support of Jonas Vingegaard later on in the stage. We've seen him yesterday. He wasn't the best yesterday. He's still recovering from the crash. He was a bit ill. And I think they want to have a bit of a head start where if the big acceleration comes from behind with the team of UAE Emirates XRG, well, there might be just be one or two riders from the team. Most likely the young Italian rider, and then also Sepp Kuss. If they have Jorgensen in the front, he will be there to be able to assist, and they will have three riders then.
Bruno Amirai on the group of Tom Pidcock.
So it's a big effort to be able to get him in the front. A lot of commitment from Bruno Amirai.
It is. One person who's looking superb today is Quinn Simmons. This is the finish line where we are. It looks like a river. Suddenly gone from sunshine to absolutely pouring down. You can hear the lightning crackling around Lamarck Stein. I'm glad our car's parked about... Well, we've got to go a long way around. We might go over the fence, but about 30 metres from where we are. 150 to Pidcock, 254 to the peloton. Working our way up the climb. 30th time in the Tour. And a massive crowd greeting the riders. This race led by Pogačar, Vingegaard at 3:36, Remco Evenepoel at 4:06, Pidcock at 4:15, Ayuso at 4:22, Sextus at 4:35. Bernal still in this group, riding well, isn't he? Volcalan is dropped and goes back to the peloton already. Volcalan, it's not his day. Net Company, as things stand, yet again, I've got nothing out of this stage unless Tobias Foss can get to the front. After 2 weeks, things are starting to build in pressure, I would imagine, in that team. On the Ballon d'Alsace, the bubbles and balloons go off.
And again, oh no, this is the feed zone. I thought it was a 92 banner.
Feed zone.
Put it in a different one.
It looks similar, doesn't it?
With the blue.
Yes. Pogačar drops his gel wrappers in the collect zone. Nico, this zone is environmental, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is the collect zone. Lasts between 1 and 2 kilometers, depending where it's done. And this is where the riders can get rid of their wrappings and the bottles without getting fines. So if you think many years ago, they didn't have these litter zones, and riders tend to drop wrappers along the road, which was not environmentally friendly at all. At least now the riders put their wrappers in the back pocket, and obviously if you're eating 3 gels an hour, 5 hours, that's 15 wrappers. So to be able to get rid of that, they Tour and most races have 2, maybe 3 zones depending on the length of the stage where the riders can get rid of their bottles and their wrappings.
Whilst we're making our way up the climb, we're inside the last 65. Let's think about what might be for dinner on today's stage. For those of you who don't like this little bit, time to make a cup of tea or turn the sound down for 5 minutes. Just enjoy the pictures.
Well, we're close enough to yesterday, so we're going to go back into a lot of similar stuff. So the Munster cheese, which is a regional signature soft washed rind cheese. I don't know what a washed rind cheese is, but it has a strong aroma and is served with potatoes. It's usually melted into the dish. The repas macaire is a traditional farmhouse meal served in the mountains. It typically includes a rustic meat pie, la tourte, a slow-cooked slice of potato, with onions, butter, and bacon, known as the tofai, bit of Munster cheese. And then often, like yesterday again, the wild berries who are really present in this region. The tarte au brimbel, which is a tart made with blueberries. Again, that's the most iconic desserts of the region. Les bonbons des Vosges, which is a traditional sweet flavored with pine buds, eucalyptus, honey, mint, and or fert, and is made by the local confectionnaire. It's quite good in the winter. It kind of liberates your nose. And then here they make honey from the pine trees.
From the pine trees?
Yeah, so miel de sapin des Vosges.
Sounds good.
In terms of local drinks, well, it's a very popular place for craft beers, fruit liquors, and eau de vie.
Nice. Did you mention yesterday or today that? Oh, here's the team radio.
Tom, you know well this climb from yesterday? About 21 minutes, in between 21 and 22 minutes to the top.
Giving Tom Pidcock that information. They told him that yesterday, so they must have looked at how quick he climbed it yesterday. This is the situation in the Tour. Pidcock is the virtual second place rider in this Tour de France behind Tadej Pogacar at 3:17. Of course, the group behind has not started to move yet, but he's putting them under pressure again today. Did you mention yesterday or today the Schnackler?
No.
Do you not know what about Schnackler?
No.
So Schnackler is an institution of here in Alsace, well known to the people outside, less well known to people outside the region. But basically, they do two versions: a brioche, which is like a leavened dough similar to brioche or milk bread, shaped into a double spiral, a coiled S, and baked until golden, and brushed with sugar syrup and icing sugar, or a puff pastry version, which is closer to the pain au raisin, made from leavened puff pastry with custard and soaked raisins. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Very good.
We haven't seen any of them, though. I was looking for them today. No Schnacklers. This group is starting to move, isn't it? We can see the time starting to diminish between the group of UAE and the group of Pidcock.
Yeah, the time now is the speed has started to grow in this group. You could just see it. There's less and less riders. Tadej Pogacar are giving a few instructions on the radio. 4 kilometers to the top. And this is the front of the race, 3 kilometers to the KOM. Yeah, it looks to be riding well together, this group in the front there. Ben Healy going at the back. Pamps on a mission, trying to go and get as many polka dot points today. It looks like Carapaz is slightly giving up on this today anyway. I think he might be looking to be able to attack later on and still try and go for the stage and not lose too much energy chasing those points for the KM jersey. Having a bit of a chat there, Bjornsson. We're going to go a little bit on the steeper parts of this climb, between 3 and 1.5, maybe between 8 and 9%. Still looking good, this break, 2 minutes 24. They have lost a minute since they're on this climb. Yeah, they're still stable with the Pidcock group, where Amirai is still in the front. He's been riding quite a long time, Bruno Amirai. The odd times he flicks the elbows just to tell the other riders he's going to get out of the saddle. He's doing a good job for his team. Once again, I do think they're trying to keep in position Jorgensen in the front of the race as much as possible and expect some attacks. Yeah, Tiberi taking a bit of a breather there and a bit of desperation almost. Quinn Simon climbing well with the climbers today. He's does a bit of everything between leading out in the sprints, going in the attack, and that's the back of the peloton. Still riders getting dropped under the pressure of Felix Großnagen. excuse me. Jonas Vingegaard glued to the wheel of Tadej Pogacar. He's got his two riders there with Sepkus. Also two riders with Sexas. Quite popular. They tried to do a Sexas corner, but I don't think they talked about it enough on the way up today. There we go. Speaking of Sexas. So Sexas, there is Lenny Martinez. He's got Tiberi up the road. That might come handy for him later on when the break is caught. It's looking good today, Lenny Martinez. Still with the veteran, Dami Caruso. Once again, he's going to retire at the end of the year. He's going to be a sports director for the team next year. Good to see Tige Benoit as well there from the Decathlon CGA. So loads of support in that group for Paul Sexas as they come around the final 2 kilometers. This is the steeper ramp of this climb of Le Ballon. Once they get over this, 12 kilometers of descent. Then they have a bit of a valley. It's going to take them all the way into Massevo. And then they're going to go up this uncategorized climb. About 5 kilometers. They're called the Hunsrück, 6%. And the top of that climb is going to be at 30 kilometers to go. So they have about 18 kilometers of flat after this long descent when they get ready to tackle the called Hunsrück. Then a quite short descent, about 5 kilometers, another 5-6 kilometers in the valley, and they will start making their way all the way back up to what was named the Col de Hague, 11.2 kilometers at 7.3%. So quite a difficult climb, the most difficult climb of the day by far.
It looks like it's not going to be long now until this peloton catches the group in front. They're only, 100 and 200 meters behind now, just with the acceleration of UAE Team Emirates XRG. Kilometer from the top. 62 kilometers of racing remain on today's stage. Things are evolving now, Nico. It's starting to look like the group of UAE are starting to dictate everything now.
Yes, as predicted. I think it was clear this is going to happen at some point. And the plan is now being executed.
Nearly at the top. 800 meters to go to the top of Ballon d'Alsace. They've made short work of it, haven't they? Really short work. Pogacar in that yellow jersey now near the front. Healy continues. We are coming up to the King of the Mountains points again. Healy stamping on the pedals. Johannesson behind him. Valentin Paripant. Then it's Richard Carapaz. Then Johannesson. Then Ina Rubio. Time now for more points. 10 points on offer at the top of this climb. 10-8 are the point allocations. So can Carapaz win one of these? He hasn't won one yet, has he?
No.
Paripant is doing everything. Let's see whether they can. Now look at this. The group of UAE can see the group of Pidcock in front. So the danger of Pidcock is starting to be nullified just with the exertion pace by UAE. And I would imagine now the likes of Vengergaard and the other favourites are thinking, okay, this is good news. The question is, how much has Pidcock taken that will cost him on the Col de Hague? Because now he's in a group that will feel slower compared to the group that is coming up to him now. 200 metres to go to the top of the climb. Valentin Parry-Pant out the saddle. And Carapaz in second wheel. Carapaz gets ready. Can he strike? Parry-Pant, though, is just going to go over the top. That flag needs to get out the way, and Carapaz can't go against Valentin Parry-Pant. 43 points to him now. He is 1 point ahead.
I think Carapaz is really thinking about the final now. He went full on for the first one, realized it wasn't going to be Parry-Pant. Parry-Pant's committing full on to these KOM points, and now Carapaz still wants to pick up the points. He's taking the second place every time, but he doesn't want to commit. He needs to think about the final of today's race.
Carapaz looking for the stage win then. 1:56 and 2:02. 60k to go. .202 to the group. 100 metres between them now. And 59k to go. How's this going to evolve now over the top of this climb? What does Pidcock do? Because he's been in that group all day today.
Hang in. That's all he has to do now, is wait for the acceleration of the favourites and try and follow as much as he can.
Oh, Ben O'Connor suddenly comes powering his way across to the group of Pogačar. Where did he come from? So Jorgensen now on the head of this group of riders. Quinn Simmons sits up, gets himself ready, and we're on to the descent.
12 kilometers of descent. But a long descent, they'll know it. They've ridden it yesterday.
Ben O'Connor, where did Ben O'Connor appear from? He's obviously been chasing for quite a long time today. There he is.
Yeah, I think he was probably just about to be dropped, or just was dropped. And when he realized he was that close to the finish, yeah, I think when he realized
the limit, isn't
he
it?
needed to be on the back of that group, or else he was never going to make it back. Again, this is the moment where it's so important to be on the wheel. If you're not on the wheel, with strong riders will carry the speed on the top. As we can see, the bunch is literally strung out. And if you're not on the wheel, then it's ciao.
58k, 2 minutes. How much do they need on this final climb? 11k to try and at least have a chance to win this stage when we know how good Pogačar is.
More than 2.
So they've really got to extend this advantage now on the way down. This is the statue of Joan of Arc. Beautiful statue up there on the mountain itself. There's a few, statue of Santa Barbara, and also this statue of Joan of Arc, symbolizing the French people's attachment to Alsace, 20th century. Coming back then, Ina Rubio to the team car of Movistar. They could do with a stage victory as well, Movistar. They've been trying. Rubio could be very, very good. Two minutes to Pidcock, 2:05 to the peloton. Rubio sitting on the wheels.
So lucky for these riders is safe on the descent. Nice and dry. Stopped raining here, sun's back out on the finish line.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's like a river outside though, and that will dry up before the end of the race. 2:05 now. 55.5 kilometers of racing now remain on this big stage. Let's just remind you, Remco Evenepoel third at 4:06, Pidcock at 4:15, Ayuso at 4:22, Sextus at 4:35, Vingegaard at 3:36. There's confirmation that Paripant took 10, Carapaz took 8, then Tobias Johannesson, then Rubio, then Healy, which means that Valentin Paripant is the virtual king of the mountains of today's race. So he, at the moment, is going onto the podium. Well, let's see. This descent not too bad for the riders. Did you ride this bit earlier today?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. So it's fast, a fast descent. And then how does the race change when we come down this descent compared to yesterday?
Well, at the bottom of the climb, they will not go towards the finishing town of Belfort. They will go towards this lake. This is why we have this long, flat 18 kilometers. It's going to take us towards the next climb.
And UAE still with all their riders all round Pogačar today. At this moment, it's starting to look more and more likely that it's going to be Pogačar roaring his way up here to Lamarckstein to try and win the stage, judging by how things are right now. They've got everything fully under control. Beautiful weather out there, but not in certain areas. Let's hope that the sunshine stays out. Let's go back to 2023 and stage 20. Lamarckstein last featured on the tour in the penultimate stage in 2023. At the start of that week, Tadej Pogačar had gone from trailing Jonas Vingegaard by just 10 seconds to more than 7 minutes, and his hopes of a third overall title had evaporated. But the Slovenian was still playing for pride and sprinted to his second win of that edition, one more than Vingegaard. He would be back with vengeance next time. So he knows this finish. He knows what it's like to win here. He's been Vingegaard here before, even when Vingegaard beat him by 7 minutes in the Tour. So it's surely a day for morale for Pogačar to try and take even more time back on Vingegaard.
For sure, I think every day is a day for morale for Tadej Pogačar. Bit of a split on the descent. Healy letting the wheel drop from that group.
Johannesson on the back again. Looks like Carapaz and Healy have decided let's let him sit on the back this time and not follow him down this descent. Gliding their way through the corners. So this descent runs out when? How far from the finish line?
Once they hit the bottom at that lake, at 48 to go.
So not far now. They'll be at the bottom of this descent. Then it's onto the flat.
Yes, and then they will start making their way up the penultimate climb, the Col d'Ostruc. And Bini not descending extremely well today.
It's not, is he?
Taking the corners really wide.
Also leaving gaps to the riders in front also, all the way down. Here's the virtual classification. 43 points to Paripant, 42 to Pogačar, 38 to Carapaz. Valentin Paripant, if he can go into that polka dot jersey tonight, that would be good news for Soudal Quickstep. That would give them another little addition to what they've done already in this race. They're having a great tour, aren't they?
Yeah, 3 wins already.
This is the lake and the barrage. As we make our way towards that. Lake Affeld, dominated by the Ballon d'Alsace Massif, artificial lake of 9 hectares. It's got a depth of 22.1 meters. The name of this lake we just saw comes from the pasture that was submerged when the lake was created.
k an hour at 50k to go. 2 minutes with the main group of the yellow jersey.
Average speed today is just a touch under 40 kilometers an hour, 39.2. So it's still quite a rapid stage in the mountains.
Very rapid stage. It's the fastest time on the road book. They were giving 40k an hour as the fastest time. 10 minutes to the green jersey in that little gruppetto.
Let's hear now from the two Johannesson brothers. We talked to them before the start.
I think we really want to be in the breakaway together. Try be as much together as possible today. That's the plan. I think all in for the breakaway, and then we let Pogacar decide afterwards. We're still going to be there.
Are you going to change numbers?
I don't think it matters today because we're going to go together.
No, honestly, in the past, on other races, did you ever imagine changing identities, using the number of the other? Did you already do it?
To be honest, we are triplets, so we always keep one resting, so we just go in a circle. No, I think we enjoy being together too much, so we don't it's hard to change identity. Then we should have been just one. So we enjoy being together there too much, so it's hard. I think it's only been one race this year we haven't done together.
Are you impressed by Tobias?
No.
Are you impressed by your brother?
Yeah.
I love you.
I'm not impressed. I know what he's capable of, so I know what he has in the legs. So it doesn't impress me. It just confirms what I think.
Quite straight talking, aren't they? You had your brother in your gravel team.
Yeah.
What's it like having brothers in teams?
It was fun. Also, the team was just 3 of us, so it was quite nice to travel with him.
It's a different dynamic, isn't it?
Unfortunately, so we're 14 years difference, and I always kind of hoped that he was going to make it and maybe do a couple of years with him in the pro peloton.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he was good. He went through some of the Devo teams of AG Tour, but just didn't have it to turn professional. So it was nice to be able to race with him at least for the 2 years that I had this mini team of gravel racing.
Yeah, that's cool. Lake Suin here, one of the few glacial lakes in the Alsatian Vosges, according to geologists. It is the most intact. The lake now covers 6 hectares. You can't swim in it, though. According to legend, it's haunted and it has no bottom. UAE piling on the pressure now, only 155 behind the breakaway. And now Wellens is the rider who's on the head of the group of riders as he tows this group along. Behind him, Grossschartner. Then McNulty is still there. Adam Yates will be the last rider before anything launches on today's stage if Pogacar decides that he wants to split this race up yet again.
Tim Wellens back in the front, doing a good job, giving the climbers a bit of a breather on this part before we hit the final part of the race.
Don't forget, you can get the Tour de France app. It's there on the QR code on the right-hand side on the screen.
And it's almost time to vote for your favorite rider today as well.
It is.
The competitive rider. Till kilometer 30 to go, you can do that.
That's going to be quite difficult to choose today.
True.
I don't know, who's yours?
Paris Peintre.
I think he's done really well today.
There's another little split in that group. I think it's Septicus who's letting the wheel go every time.
Yeah, he's the one who's there.
Yeah, that's good because Paganzoni's just behind him. Piganzoni.
Actually, it's Piganzoli who's letting the gap.
Oh, it's the opposite, yeah, and Septicus is on the wheel.
So he's just struggling a little bit now and then. You can see there, he can't quite close the gap, maybe having a bit of a hard day. But the pace is pretty hefty at this point in the race. We've got, what do you think, an hour and a bit of racing to go, 44 kilometres up this climb?
Yes, an hour and a bit.
And then the green jersey is now 10 minutes behind Mads Pedersen. He won't lose that green jersey today. Pogacar just checking over his shoulder.
Another split.
One rider we haven't talked hardly about all week is Paul Sexas.
He's been sitting around there and just hiding, waiting for his moment.
Do you think he's ridden a clever race, considering he's 19 years of age and he's still there, and because of all the hype he had at the beginning?
Totally. I think for him is not to go and do anything crazy and to be conservative, and I think that's what he's doing. Hard at where I think they got a little bit excited, but it wasn't for him. It was more that he sacrificed Prudhomme.
Yes.
But apart from that, I think they've been racing relatively okay and conservative.
We'll see whether Sexas does something today. Let's see whether he now starts to feel, okay, we're at the end of 2 weeks. Never done this before. Let's see whether we can start to move a little bit. I saw an interview with Luke Rowe this morning, and he said he thinks he's almost gone a bit stealth, undercover now, that he hasn't been the rider everyone's noticing, and that he's ridden really well, and he seems to be recovering. The recovery's good. He's still strong. He's not going backwards. He's still there.
It's funny to see how the peloton's just literally shaped with 4 teams.
Yes.
There's not multiple. I mean, thankfully this was 22 teams, but there's only 4 in this one.
Yeah.
5 because Tom is in there.
Tom is still there. Has he got any teammates?
Yes, he's got one teammate with him.
There is Sexas, number 51. He's got a couple of riders with him, as always. They seem to be riding well to at least give him some support. He's got Tish Benut, and he's still got Prudhomme. They were supposed to be relying on Riccatello, but Riccatello has not been able to be with them. We're going to hear now from Jonas Vingegaard. Let's hear from him. He's in the polka dots, and he's in this group that we're looking at. Jonas Vingegaard of Visma Lease Bike.
I know the climbs, how steep they are, how long they are, but I think in general it will just be a very hard day.
Interesting. I asked Florian Lipovitz what wheel he would be focused on, and he said the wheel of Jonas, and never mentioned Tadej because he was too far ahead. Are you surprised?
Well, I mean that's his tactic, and yeah, we go. We're still here for the win, so I go for the wheel of Tadej. Yeah, I'll try to follow him or see how I feel, and of course, if I feel good, then maybe I'll try something. We will see. But yeah, it depends on the legs and yeah, also how the stage evolves.
Confident.
I mean, I have confidence in myself and in my team, and we believe in it still.
He always believes.
It does, doesn't he? All the time. He doesn't lose faith in any way whatsoever. He knows it's 3 weeks, and he knows that today he might lose a minute, or he might gain a minute, or he might take 5 seconds. He's got no idea, has he? But if he's still feeling good, who knows?
This is a chasing group with the riders that were this Lenny Martinez, so there was a split on that descent. Ian Bernal is in that group as well.
I've just heard Riccatello is 15 seconds behind the main group.
Yeah, so that's the group I think that it's in.
Ah, yes.
With Martinez. Yeah, that's right. So there must have been a split in that descent. 40 kilometers to go, 1 minute 48. The yellow jersey to the 5 riders in the front.
Don't forget to vote for the most combative rider of today's stage. 1:45, 40 kilometers of racing to go. Bottom of the final climb. Is that what, 17 and a bit? 17 kilometers to go?
Yes, correct.
Ben Healy now into time trial mode. There's your vote. You've got 9 kilometers to vote for your rider of the day. Scan the QR code and then you can vote for, is it one of these riders in the front group? You would probably say yes. Who's your rider of the day? Let's see who's going to be on the podium later on today.
About another 4 kilometers before we start this uncategorized climb.
Is this the bonus 6 kilometer one?
Yes.
We keep seeing Mads Pedersen's time gaps up there on the top. It's the 10th green jersey for Mads Pedersen. He's now matched Roger de Vlaming at the 46th all-time spot.
4 kilometers, actually.
Tadej Pogačar gets his 35th polka dot jersey. His next target is Lucien Van Impe at 70. And after that, only Richard Veronk at 96 polka dot jerseys. Big crowd as we make our way through the next town on the horizon. 38 kilometers of racing to go. We are making our way through Massivo Niederbruck with a population of 3,600 people. This is the group of Martinez. We're going to go past Massivo Abbey, an 8th century abbey founded by Prince Mason, the brother of Count Eberhard, who founded the Murbach Abbey. Well, there's some work going on in the cars behind as riders look for some more food, some more drinks as we get into the last bit of the stage. Let's look back at what's happened so far. In pouring rain, stage 14 of the Tour de France got underway from Mulhouse to Le Markstein, 155.3 kilometers of racing. Terrible weather conditions at the start. Eventually, though, the sun came out as we head towards Matt Villa for the intermediate sprint. And there was a battle between Jasper Philipsen and Mads Pedersen for the maximum points. Philipsen took the maximum points ahead of Pedersen, Canter and Girmay. We got onto the first climb of the Grand Ballon and it was EF Education Easy Post who put the pressure on. A large group of riders going away, opening up an advantage of over a minute on the peloton. At the top of the first climb, it was a battle between Valentin Paripant and Richard Carapaz. Valentin Paripant took the 10 points on offer at the top of the first category climb. The head of the race then formed up. We saw Carapaz, Healy, Paripant and the 2 Johannesson twins go clear. On the next climb, it was Valentin Paripant who took the 5 points on offer that time. At this point, Ina Rubio had joined the leaders. There was a little tricky moment for Carapaz and Healy. No crash, though. They just came to a standstill. As we made our way onto the next climb to take the riders onto Ballon d'Alsace, Tom Pidcock's group was being caught by the group of Tadej Pogačar. Valentin Paripant went over the top. He is now the virtual king of the mountains of this year's race. This is time announcement. It's not his day.
No, not his day at all. He was in the front, had that flat. Bike change cost him, this breakaway. He was on the edge of almost making it back, but the acceleration of Ben Healy there for the KOM, and then the acceleration 40 KOM of Paris-Pan just made that gap went up straight to 38, 40 seconds. There was no chance for him to bridge across.
We have climbed the Col d'Hunsrück before, climbed for the 5th time, but first on the top was last time in 2019. In the 6th stage was Nat Nel Barn was first over the top. So you must have climbed that as well.
Yeah, in 19, yeah. Also don't remember.
You don't remember this stage, do you?
No.
Normally you remember pretty much every
Everything,
stage.
yeah.
But you don't remember this stage at all.
No, very selective memory.
Must have been a painful day.
But almost definitely.
Ina Rubio on the front of the group.
He's trying to press on. Ben Healy.
Ben Healy has done a good job today. He really has. He was been leading Carapaz when he's needed. The two Johannesson twins, though, could be dangerous here. They could bring into X-Mobility another stage victory. And finally, Wellens goes. He's been dropped by the Pogačar group. Bruno Amirai on the back, having done so much work earlier on ahead of the race.
Yeah, starting to be hard for some of the riders that were in the early breakaway. Interesting to see what the team at Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe are going to do. They've been up the front all day. They have the numbers. Is Van Giel's going to put the pressure on, try and set up Lipovic or Remco Evenepoel, who are still battling for the leadership? I understand that the communication is not as smooth as what they try and sell.
Oh, really? It must be difficult, mustn't it?
Had a good day yesterday in the breakaway, Jagat. But again, he did say that he made one single mistake when the attack of Schmidt happened. He was at the back of the group, and he said he almost did the perfect race. But he was good. He was on the attack quite a lot.
Yeah, he was good.
No idea, Paris-Peintre.
He goes now. Felix Großschattner takes over. It looks like a good day for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. Right now, strength as we come into this weekend with Van Giels. Remco looking very easy. Lipovic looks comfortable. In front of Pogačar is Del Toro. We mustn't forget that Del Toro is still there in the top 10 places overall. Still a card to play.
It's funny to see with Van Giels with his jersey wide open. Don't see that happening too often anymore with all the aero kits. Yesterday as well, he just closed it just before the descent. Good number right. That's a bit of feed before he's going to take it easy for the last 35 kilometers. Job done for him.
Amirai with the number 13s turned upside down on the back, same as Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe did the other day. Quinn Simmons back in this group now, sitting a little bit further back. Van Giels, good to see him back after that huge crash earlier on in the season. He's had a long layoff, but good to see him in the Tour de France. Jagger on the back, in front of him O'Connor. Just in front of him is Mauro Schmidt, then Ben O'Connor. Schmidt going well again today. Getting better and better. Bernal still in this group, in the Colombian champions colours. Just in front of him is Tobias Foss. Here she is still here. Ayuso is still there. Pidcock a little bit further up. sitting not far from Vengergaard. Piganzoli, number 18, suffering a little bit. Quinn Simmons there on the right. Pidcock in the gold numbers as the most combative rider of yesterday. This is a big test for Tom Pidcock today and tomorrow to see whether he can recover and be competitive.
Yeah, try and see if his move of yesterday was helpful and that they were right to go for the GC move rather than try and play for the stage. He did manage to win the sprint yesterday to finish third.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? But now's the big question. Has he got in the legs what he needs to stay with the contenders, having moved up to 4th place overall? That will start to tell us how his last week might look. Beautiful sunny day now on this climb. At the top of the finish here, another beautiful sunny day. Jegat sprinting to try and stay on the group.
Another 3.5 kilometers before they start heading down.
Then after that, the kind of difference between the Col de Hague and the finish line here is there's not much of a descent, is there?
No, there's only a 4-kilometer descent and then about a 4-kilometer flat, and it's time to go up again. And the final climb will be 11.2 kilometers, 7.3%. And actually, to make sure that the show happens without any incident, the last kilometer is fully barried. And they put the ropes a bit further down as well.
Okay.
A lot of fans were making their way this morning. It's so narrow. It's less. It's a 2-lane bike path.
Yeah. So there's not much room at all for riders.
No, it's more or less 1 lane of a normal road. So it's say about anything between 3 and 4 meters, but not much more.
Into that turn for Healy. Checks over his shoulder to see what the situation is with Carapaz. Carapaz is asking for the team car to come up. There it is. The pink Cadillac arrives.
Carapaz getting rid of his waste directly with the sports director. Grabbing a few gels at the same time.
The average speed in the last hour has been 41.9 kilometers an hour. The average speed overall, 40.3. It just ticks over the 40 kilometer an hour mark. So they are definitely not hanging around at all. With 32.7 kilometers of racing to go. We're going to hear now from a former Tour de France winner, Geraint Thomas. He's the director of racing at net company Ineos.
Today, breakaway. I don't know. I have to ask UAE really. I think it's down to them. I think potentially, but I think it's a super hard day, and yeah, they've definitely got the team to sort of ride hard and control it. But I think there'll be a lot of guys keen as well. So if it's a strong break, there's always a chance. So got to be in it to win it.
All your riders have a free roll to go in a breakaway?
Yeah. I think it's like the lottery. You're never going to win if you don't buy the ticket, you know. So we'll buy some tickets and we'll see. And what will be. But I think just commit to the start, try and get in there, and we'll see the dynamic from there.
And last question is, can you tell us about Col de Hague? What do you say to your riders?
This is the last climb.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've done it before, but it's tough. You know, it's the hardest one of the day. It's steep, it's irregular as well. So it's all about, you know, managing that effort. And luckily it is a bit cooler, the weather. So, but yeah, I think it's the whole day as well, you know, making sure you're fueling and drinking and staying hydrated, all that. Because, you know, it's been so hot, it's easy to get a bit complacent now when the weather gets cooler, but it's still actually warm, you know. So I think that's key. And then, yeah, on this last climb, it's a good 30 minutes. So it's you still have to be wary of that. So hard day.
Thanks.
Geraint Thomas, the director of racing at Net Company Ineos. I wonder how he's finding being on the other side 2 weeks into the Tour de France. It must be tricky, knowing that you can't have that much influence over it. When you're a rider, you're there and you can influence how you feel and how you are. But right now, he's trying to motivate a team that's just not, it's not getting the results they want. It's tricky. I think all of you have put this climb out of your heads. No one remembers it. Ina Rubio going to the front now for Movistar. Carapaz, gritted teeth. Carapaz has got a real race face on today, hasn't he? Taking the glasses off, not interested in those. Wants to just really concentrate on the job in hand. And if he gets near the finish line, Carapaz will try something for sure. But UAE looking so fast. Coming around that corner.
So in control. They've been managing the whole stage. Should have 3 riders then for the finish.
Grosjean takes over now. Still Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe showing that they've got the riders. Catania, Van Gils, Jai Hindley, Lipovitz, Remco Evenepoel. Then Del Toro behind, then Pogacar. Not many riders in that group at all now. Ayuso a little bit further back in the white jersey. And is that?
No, Tom Peacock is on the wheel of Sepp Kuss.
So his teammate has just swung out of the line.
Scale Moser, Ayuso, Texas, Bernal with Lenny Martinez, Hirschi, Van Wilden.
Pidcock now with no teammates left. Vingegaard's look pretty comfortable on the wheels of his teammates all day today. Pogacar looking extremely comfortable the way he's kicking the pedals over. And Ben O'Connor cramps up and goes out the back. Yes.
Oh, he's not happy, Tobias Foss.
Starting to be a few frayed tempers now at the end of the second week.
Yeah, I think the motorbikes are also focusing on every single rider that stops or goes at the back, and they kind of get in the way of the riders making their way back up to the peloton.
Yes. And it's still also difficult when you've got so many fans at the side of the road as well. Like, where does the motorbike sit? It's tricky, isn't it? You can't, like, where do you sit? If you've got one on the back, on the front, and one on the back, there's not much space because you don't want 2 motorbikes on the front. So it's really difficult. But Tobias Foss is not happy at all. Can Lipovitz win very close to the German border? Could it be his day? We know from Nico saying earlier on today, there are loads of Lipovitz fans at the side of the road. Grosjean on the front. This the top of the climb? Yes.
Yes.
Should be.
Should be, yes. 30k to go.
So
We're on
now,
top.
another descent.
Another descent, pretty quick, about 4 kilometers. And then they're going to start a slightly uphill valley, very slightly. And when they get to the town of Saint-Amarin, that's it then, 11.2 kilometers, 7.3%. The first part of the climb is almost as steep as when you get into the town. You pass this little church, and then it kicks up for about 1.5 kilometers, and it'll be around 12-30%. But Ben Healy has dropped from that leader group. I haven't seen that on the camera earlier on.
No, he's gone. Back now to the group of UAE, leaving Carapaz on his own. Jai Hindley moving up on the left-hand side.
Yeah, trying to be in front for the descent. They don't want to be cut out. We've seen every single descent there was a split in this group. It's important to move up be in position. That's why we also see Jorgensen bringing Jonas Vingegaard right up to the front. Sexas has moved. Scalemoser is trying to move up as well, trying to gain a few positions. He doesn't want to be caught out in the split.
Hindley just needed a little drink there just to wet the mouth a bit by the looks of it. Remco Evenepoel just smoothly riding to the top. He looks very comfortable today. Ayuso, to me, looks under pressure. I don't know about you. And has done most of today. But let's see how he does on the final climbs. Riccatello is back.
Yeah, Riccatello, Benoot, Schmidt. Derek GUS is also here at the back for a little trek.
So he could be used later.
And Carlos Verona making his way back into this group as well.
He's riding well, isn't he?
He's riding well.
We're getting set for the final part of today's stage. Thanks for joining us. At Hampton Crossan, at Nicholas Roach is where you can join us on social media if you'd like to. Who's going to win today's stage? Let us know what you think. Who will be the rider who's going to cross the line first? Is it going to be a yellow jersey group day, or is the breakaway going to go all the way to the finish? Is it going to be Carapaz, one of the Hannison twins, Ina Rubio? Who is going to take it? Could it be Valentin Paripat, who is now the king of the mountains virtually?
That's Prudhomme.
You got a mechanical, or?
He's not pedaling. Must have.
Here's our front group of riders. 10 kilometres to the bottom of the final major climb, the classified climb, the Col d'Ag. In and out of the darkness below the canopy of trees. Carapaz on the back. The group of the green jersey not losing that much time today.
No, 15 minutes is good going.
We haven't seen Sharmik for a while.
Oh, the bike change. Well, he's not really heavy. He just ripped the earpiece out. Watch out, don't push him in front of the cars.
Wow, that was close. Prudhomme getting going again. Can he get himself back into the group of riders?
Still has 10 kilometers to get back, but it might cost him a lot of energy. And also with the motorbike following him also means that there's not much room for the cars to pass.
He's a key rider for Sexas, isn't he? He's been his last man every day.
Yes, although today he still got riders to be able to, in the valley, go back for a quick bottle. But the thing is, the car's at the back with him at the moment, so...
And it's so narrow, it's really hard for the cars to come up.
Another couple of kilometers, then we'll reach the bottom of this descent and start making our way towards the final climb, which is going to be at 17 kilometers to the finish.
As we work our way down here, we pass by Bitch Willa Letan, and we also go through Willa Sauteur into Mouche with a population of 1,600 people, and then into Saint-Amarin before we get onto the Col d'Ag. First time we've been there. It's been a track only passable for vehicles since 1960, and it's been converted into a cycle path since 2022, particularly with the stated aim of hosting the Tour de France. That's exactly why they wanted to have a bike path up here.
They never thought I were going to go up the bike path, though, in the Tour.
In the Tour, no.
But it wasn't just an access to get to the top of the
I think it maybe was an access, but they decided to just put the race on it. Up to La Markstein, a winter sports resort, mainly cross-country skiing up here. Links to the Grand Ballon, hosted a stage of the World Ski Championships in 1983 and 1987, where legendary Swedish slalom skier Ingemar Stenmark triumphed on 2 occasions. The Marksteins also hosted the Tour d'Alsace on 3 occasions as well.
We're at the bottom of the climb now, 7 kilometers, well, no, less than that. 6 kilometers in the valley road before they hit the right turn into the village of Saint-Marin and make their way up on the final climb. Col de Hague.
Big crowd in Villa-sur-Tour. And now Anders Johannesson is trying to pile the pressure on to set his brother up for a stage win.
Okay, so the team car Prudhomme managed to get across.
Looking down on our breakaway. Carapaz, Tobias Johannesson, Einar Rubio. Valentin Paripant moving up on the outside. Gets himself into the string. Little sprint from him. Carapaz moves over. The Shimano car moves and goes forward.
Yeah, Carapaz leaves the gap. Rubio's waiting for his car. There it is. Trying to get a little bit of feed in this valley road before we start the final. Carapaz needs to go and close that gap to Johannesson.
Strangely, I like the Movistar team cars because all the other cars are kind of brightly painted and everything. The Movistar cars are matte grey with just the M on it, and they just really stand out when you see them.
To actually do more than if they were blue.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the EF cars are in your face, aren't they? The pink Cadillacs, but I think I like the Movistar cars. They're quite understated. Only 22 kilometers of racing to go. This is Bichwala-Latan now. We go past the San Alphonsus Liguori Church, a mid-19th century church. Here's Pogačar in that yellow jersey. What is he planning today? Is he going to destroy everybody again? Can one of the other favourites start to come back? The questions that we always ask. Church of Saint Didier there on the right-hand side, a mid-19th century church, a neo-Gothic building built from Vosges sandstone. Only 4.9 kilometers to go to the Col de Hague. Is there any specific place on this climb that you should attack, or is it pretty consistent all the way up?
No, there's multiple times where it flattens out.
Ben O'Connor trying to come across again. Stay in the string of riders. Ben Healy sitting on his wheel. So it really could be anywhere that we see some attacks.
Yes, then obviously the steep, one of the steeper parts is at the very beginning. Then it flattens out for about 1.5 kilometers, and then you start going up another 3 kilometers. There's a short downhill even of about 1.5 kilometers, and then a 6 kilometers to the top.
We're going to take a look at the profile of the Col de Hague that Nico was just talking through. Nico, take a look at this.
This is a profile. Turn right into the town of Saint-Marin. This is this steepest peak part. Flattens out slightly up into the village there with over 9%. Quick descent. There we go, quick descent, and then straight up. And this is a 6 kilometers all the way to the top, averaging around 8%. Where the blue is kind of flattens out. There should be another bit of blue coming up somewhere soon. And then the last 2 kilometers, pretty steep up to the top. The last kilometer is probably the steepest as well. And it's all barried out, really narrow.
That's how it looks.
So actually, at the 2 kilometer to go, just before the 2 kilometers, it does flatten out. We don't see the blue on this part. It goes from red to black, but they should be, it's not a full kilometer. This is probably why they went to downgrade it to the red rather than the black colored stripe. But there is a bit of flash. There is a bit of a moment where you can, make your attack if you want to attack on the flatter part.
Let's see how this unfolds. ready for the climb, kids. It's coming up. Let's see how this unfolds. Sharon and Locke hasn't seen the devil too much. Every single day watching the tour. Get ready for the climb, kids. It's coming up. Sharon Ann Locke hasn't seen the devil too much. We haven't seen the devil, I think, for about a week, actually. Church of San Augustin in Mouche.
Just about to come. Now 2 kilometers before they turn right. They've been riding really well this breakaway. We're talking about Jagat saying that he was giving out that in the breakaways riders weren't committing. Well, they've been committing pretty well. Strong breakaway, riding together. Yeah, one of the brothers is obviously committing to the other.
Tobias Johannesson patting, Anna's on the back. Look at Carapaz's face today. He really wants this stage. Team Barry Burnt. Ina Rubio, to me, is the rider who looks the freshest in this group right now. Can he win a stage of the Tour de France for Movistar? It's been a while since Movistar have had some success. 16:20 to the green jersey group, 1:29 to the yellow jersey. 18.8 kilometers of racing to go. Full commitment now from Uno X Mobility. So Tadej Pogacar look-alike on the side of the road.
Literally flying.
Adam Yates. Back now just to get the final bottles before they start the final climb of the day. 11.2 kilometers. Full commitment now from all these riders. I think he's done.
Yeah.
Absolutely finished.
Empty the tank there for his brother.
Anders Johannesson, what a job he's done. Well, he's tried to set him up to win the stage. Carapaz is following, almost surfing his way onto the wheel of Ina Rubio. Rubio, to me, looks like he's on a really, really good day.
Yeah, he seems to be on a good day. The team had done a good job to put him in that position into the breakaway. We saw Castrillo completely empty the tank to make him bridge across to the group with Carapaz. And he's been riding extremely well. Every time there's a bit of an acceleration, he kind of makes his way through. He hasn't gone for any of the KOM sprints either.
Rubio's won a stage of the Giro d'Italia. Carapaz has won the Giro d'Italia. He was also Olympic champion on the front. He's the king of the mountains of the Tour de France. Valentin Barry Punt, the winner on the Ventoux. On the front, Tobias Johannesson, who's not won a stage of a Grand Tour yet. This year, he's been so consistent. Maybe his general classification fight this time hasn't quite worked out, but he's now in with a chance of giving Uno X another stage victory, having already taken the yellow jersey and having a stage win with Soren Varenskold. Can they do it again today? 17.3 kilometers. We're about to turn onto the climb, Nico. Here we go. Take the right-hander. We should see the polka dots in a second. And we're on the final climb of today's stage.
And the climb is going to start in a couple of 100 meters. There we go.
There's the profile. There's your vital statistics on the left-hand side. Now it's the bike path that these riders will take.
And the bike packs will start just there after the little grey sign on the map, on the profile, at 6 kilometers to the top.
Well, the riders get ready in the lead group, the group of the favourites. Suddenly there's a bit of a shuffle going on here. Lidl Trek move up on the right. I don't see, where is Ayuso?
There he is, just on the wheel of the Red Bull Burhangs Row rider.
Bernal is there as well. Oh yeah, there he is.
Tish Benut moving up with Sexas on the right-hand side of the road.
First time now, towards the end of a stage, we see Decathlon take over. And they're going to go through this right-hander. Simmons is going to fight for this. He's going to fight Tish Benut. This is going to be interesting. And UAE take it over as well on the outside. They want to be first into that corner.
Yeah, I think maybe they don't realize that the bike path doesn't start from the bottom because they are fighting for position for a road that's quite wide. Brian Mutton-Lutley now in the front.
They've got a little bit of riding to go yet.
I mean, the first hard ramp is coming up pretty soon. Once they go just out of the village.
Just hearing Jorgensen's gone out the back. Now I don't understand why they rode so hard for Jorgensen to be there.
No, they wanted Jorgensen in the breakaway and not the breakaway to be caught.
Okay.
No, they weren't riding for Jorgensen to go for the stage. They were riding for Jorgensen to be in the front for when UAE accelerates and most of the riders get dropped. They would have Jorgensen in the front group.
And now he's gone out the back.
And now he's gone out the back because UAE obviously just went back and caught the breakaway acceleration from Tish Benut.
Looking strong.
There's Nora Schmidt.
Yesterday's stage winner out the back.
Oh, and Rubio is not good, actually.
I thought he was looking great today. That's the curse of me on him. Valentin Barry Bant can't go with it either. So Johannesson and Carapaz now go forward. Carapaz gritting his teeth.
So that's one of the harder parts of the climb there at 9%.
Carapaz pulling faces.
Tish Benut still on the front. He's got Prudhomme who's back in the group. Did well, Prudhomme.
Decathlon looking good. Sexas just talking into the radio.
Tadej Pogacar straight on the wheel with Vingegaard on the wheel too. And you're maybe right about Ayuso. There he is, Ayuso. He's drifting at the back of this peloton.
He's pouring water over himself. I'm not sure Ayuso's having the best day right now. He's starting to drift backwards. Pidcock is still bobbing and weaving in that group. I don't know how good he is either. Carapaz starts the assault on trying to win the stage.
He's had the information that the team of Decathlon has started to put a bit of acceleration, put the pressure at the front of this leading group. Carapaz knows he needs to push on. That's his only chance.
Well, he's tried once and got caught by a fast-moving yellow jersey. He doesn't want it to happen again. Everyone are pulling faces now in this group of riders. Pidcock looks to me like he's starting to bob and weave a little bit as well. Riccatello doesn't have the legs.
No, Jagat is also being distanced, still fighting, but being distanced. Looks like Hirschi is also part. No, is it Hirschi? No, it's Boiron.
Ayuso is in damage limitation mode, so is Pidcock. Pidcock is starting to suffer at the back. This could be the loss of his fourth place overall because suddenly favourites are fighting at the head of the race. Pidcock is in difficulty now. He's trying to limit his loss here, Tom Pidcock. He's nearly on the wheel of Ayuso, but the legs are not responding now in the way they did yesterday. The gap starts to grow.
Yeah, we're going to get to a little bit of a flatter part. He needs to hang in there, more or less where the motorbikes are. It gets flatter for about 1 kilometer, and then we're going to start 3 kilometers very steady around 8%. And Tish Benut doing a masterpiece there, really putting the pressure for his leader Sexas, putting a lot of team leaders under pressure. Then Martinez moves up. Yates is also drifting back.
Yep, Yates is in trouble now. Tish Benut is done. Pogacar using Decathlon as his lead-out train today because he's got no other riders. Pidcock trying to survive as he closes the gap again on the flatter section. Piganzoli cracks. We saw earlier on he couldn't hold the gap. Pidcock. Jai Hindley just in front. And Adam Yates is dropped. There's a surprise. Yates is not on a good day today either.
No, still focused though, looking at the watts, but we were expecting him to be part of the plan later on into this climb. Vingegaard looking pretty good on the wheel of Tadej Pogacar.
He is, isn't he? Prodom again looking good at this stage of the race. Remco looking okay.
On the wheel with Lepevitz.
You never know with Remco.
No.
He could be spinning like this and then a little acceleration goes and he's dropped.
And the same with Ayuso, who we thought was struggling, and he's still at the back of this group.
Lenny Martinez freewheeling and doing his shoes up.
Carapaz still out of the saddle with his very charismatic style.
Tobias Johannesson on his wheel. These two riders going for broke right now, giving everything to try and win the stage. The Ecuadorian Eagles soaring on the climb of Den Haag. Can he do this? He's so determined, Richard Carapaz. Pogacar looks like he's out for a Saturday afternoon cafe ride. So easy right now. Nicola Prodom trying to up the ante. Can Sexers actually attack from this group of riders? And Carapaz now goes. He flies away. Tobias Johannesson, after all the work done, cannot respond to Carapaz's strike.
In one of the steeper parts of this climb, 10% at the moment. He still believes he can make it. He's not going to wait for this group of favorites.
Impressive from Carapaz today. He's gone all in today to try and win the stage. Sepp Kuss looks across at Vingegaard, has a little chat even at this point in the race. Pogacar has no troops left apart from Del Toro towards the back. And Del Toro's, to me, is also suffering. He's starting to have that style where he really has to kick the pedals over. And Ayuso is starting to get better on this climb now. Everybody, Nico, going through their own pain at each particular time. You think they're going to get dropped and then they're not.
But great work there by Prudhomme. Sepp Kuss is moving. Is Sepp Kuss going to try and accelerate now?
I think he is.
I don't think he's bad at Ayuso. Del Toro, look, he's just moving back.
Here comes
there we
Del
go.
Toro.
Acceleration from Sepp Kuss.
Keeps on the pain. Pogacar checks over his shoulder to see what's going on.
I think he was maybe expecting Vingegaard to go on his wheel. But now it's going to be Lipowitz who takes the wheel.
8 kilometers to the top. Everything's calming down a little bit now. There's Lenny Martinez on the back. Voisard doing a great job today. 17th overall, 15 minutes down. Voisard is still there.
He might move a few spots today.
Vingegaard on the wheel of Pogacar. The duo, the rivalry continues. Sepp Kuss putting on as much pressure as he possibly can. Sexas is still there on the right-hand side as we look in the colours of decathlon. Kuss out the saddle. Here's the remnants of the breakaway. Valentin Barry-Punt. It's not good news for him because if Pogacar does attack and does go over the top, he'll be the king of the mountains. Carapaz also could take the king of the mountains jersey here. So there's a double reason to be where he is. Carapaz would be on 48 points if he can get the maximum points at the top of this climb and move himself into the polka dots. Rubio's caught. Barry-Punt is caught. Remco Evenepoel on the left, looking good. Vingegaard out the saddle. And Pogacar starts to move up in the yellow.
At the moment, they're still on this main road. They will go through this this town, have a little descent, just over 1.5 kilometers, and then start making their way till that cycle path.
Heading up to Lamarckstein in the end. Sepkus still putting on the pressure. This is the situation on the right-hand side. The virtual classification keeps changing. Pidcock at the moment is dropping down to 7th overall, having been up at the highest place he's ever been in the Tour at 4th. But Pidcock is losing time this afternoon, having looked like he was putting everyone under pressure. Pogačar looks over his shoulder to see what the scenario is behind him.
Alexi Martinez doing a great climb. There we go. I think he's starting to accelerate. Sepkus.
He's certainly causing problems at the back of the group. Voisard is just going out the back. Ayuso, the white jersey unzipped, head bowed in pain and trying to stay there. Skelmos is looking good on the left. Lenny Martinez, and there's Voisard. He's about where he should be, isn't he?
Yes, definitely. I was actually in a good position. He was above where he should be. Great work there by Sepkus.
At what point does someone attack?
So now they're about to make their way into this little town and have this little descent before they make they get closer to this bike paths.
Lipovitz in second wheel now. The Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe rider. Carapaz is on this little descent.
Woof, woof, woof.
Whoa, whoa. So narrow, isn't it?
It's quite narrow. Another couple of 100 meters, and then he's going to shoot to the left.
Richard Carapaz. Great to see him doing this to try and win the stage.
And Johan.
Last stage win in the Tour was in 2024, in the year that he won the King of the Mountains. Can he do this for EF Education Easy Post? Now we get down to this fast little section with that little difficult corner down there at that yellow house.
Salam, 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 salam. Salam
Toro on the back. Bini safely through that.
Yeah, okay, he says sorry. I was going to say a little bit aggressive there, Lenny Martinez, but he realized that himself. Said sorry, didn't mean to, getting carried away. Here we go, on the climb. So we're still not on the bike path yet. It's coming in pretty shortly.
Thank you.
First few kilometers are on this road. Which I think it's just after the turn that we start being on the path.
How many people are by the side of the road here? Carapaz, 55 seconds on the yellow jersey group. If he gets to the top of this section, is he pretty safe, or is it still a hard climb to the finish?
No, he's not safe.
Okay.
Even if he gets to the top of the climb, he's not safe.
There's everybody standing. He checks over his shoulder again.
There we go. This is where the bike paths start. You're just about to see the little bike lanes. 5.6 kilometers on this bike lane. So you can see it's quite narrow, but you see the car in the front trying to struggle to get through the fans.
It's a great bike lane though, isn't it? If you're ever in this area, you come and ride this.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Actually, we were really surprised this morning when we did the recon, because we were right from the top and we had to descend first, and then we did a U-turn and went back up. I was like, wow, this is actually a bike lane. I did not know it was going to be a bike lane. I wasn't expecting that. But the quality of the bike lane is really good. Sepkus still in the front. And the gap still around a minute. It's doing a good job, Carapaz, to keep the yellow jersey group with that minute gap.
Pogačar still concentrating there in third place. The team has done a good job as always today to hold this as close as he can. He checks over his shoulder again to look at everybody, waiting to see how is everybody. He's looking to see where the rest of the team are, and now Lipovitz starts, and Pogačar's almost cajoling them into attacking. Sexas goes with him immediately. Lipovitz and Sexas start their attacks.
That's smart riding by Tadej Pogačar, making all the other teams and other riders. He's got a big advantage. He's in the lead, he's in control. Let the other riders fight for their podium.
Sepka's trying to shut the gap.
And I also think they're trying to keep Del Toro. Yes, he's looking behind. He's trying to keep Del Toro. This is what I'm thinking, as much as possible in the mix.
Toro 8th overall at 5:08.
And I don't think they want to use him as much as possible. They want to make sure that he can maybe fight, but he is dropping the wheel. He's getting around Lenny Martinez.
Well,
Schelmoser.
Pogačar's fully in control here. It's almost like he's got the remote control on all of these riders, and he's just deciding how they move and when they move. Vingegaard goes to the front, starts his acceleration. Now Sexas is trying to find out what it's all about when they start to strike. Martinez in difficulty, Schelmo's in difficulty, Del Toro losing the wheel now. He's a couple of wheel lengths back and he's fighting to stay there. Vingegaard is starting to put the pressure on.
And Del Toro is doing the yo-yo at the back of this group. It's kind of a couple of bike lengths behind. Hasn't given up yet, but a couple of bike lengths.
Pidcock is now nearly a minute behind the yellow jersey group. Sexas checks again to see what's going on behind him. So this group is Vingegaard, it's Pogačar, it's Sexas, it's Lipovic, it's Remco Evenepoel, it's Juan Ayuso and Del Toro. That's what's left. Lipovic. Del Toro comes back again, surviving so far. Vingegaard trying to push the pressure a little bit more. Sexas out the saddle, checks again to see where he is. And now Remco Evenepoel cannot stay on the wheel.
No, and that's going to give it. Look at the acceleration there by Vingegaard. He's seen he's put his opponent in trouble. Look behind a couple of times. A couple extra kicks there to keep the pace up.
Remco going through a bad moment now on this climb. Yep, he's really suffering. Pogačar takes a bottle. Again, the ritual. Over the shoulders. Takes a drink. And
Again.
Del Toro needs the same.
Today they were allowed to feed up to 10 kilometers. And you have on top there Carapaz. 38 seconds is his lead. And they've done well. Johannesson's doing well, not to be caught yet.
He is. Well, Remco Evenepoel now loses the wheel with Del Toro. Slightly out the back. Remco Evenepoel takes the glasses off, puts them on the helmet. Then Vingegaard, Pogačar, Lipovic and Sexas are left. Ayuso fighting. Del Toro jumps across. That was clever.
And Remco Evenepoel's really drifting back now, but he's still going to try and limit his loss. It's a long way to the top. About 4 kilometers, I think, now to the top of this climb. Might be able to limit his loss and only lose maybe about 30 to 40 seconds. Lipovic trying to get around Sexas.
You are right. Only 4K to go now to the top of this section, and Vingegaard is putting a few riders to the sword this afternoon. He's put Remco out the back without even attacking, just simply riding full on at the beginning, at the front of this race. Pogačar, second wheel, looks easy. Free wheels again as Vingegaard goes.
Yeah, this is the flatter part. It's about, say, almost a kilometer on this flatter part.
Carapaz is still there. 24 seconds now he has. Suddenly the gap comes tumbling down. Carapaz in full pain now. A full race mask on as he tries to go for glory and try and win this stage. But this group behind is just flying its way up this climb. Pogačar talking in the radio.
Yeah, they keep on looking behind, trying to assess, trying to see who is left in this group.
Or are these the top riders in the Tour in terms of the podium now? Because Remco is limiting this. He's starting to come back a little.
Yeah, he's limiting this. He needs to ride within his pace, not try and keep up or bridge across and try and limit maybe his loss to about a minute. He also knows that once we get to the top and we turn left, there's still 5 kilometers of this flat drag road. If they start playing around, if they're together. Oh, and look at this. Johansson's coming back on the wheel of Carapaz.
Yeah, and
3 kilometers to the top.
He's ridden a clever climb here. Couldn't stay with Carapaz, but now he's hunting him down. But it might be academic. Is Vingegaard actually hurting Pogačar? Is that grimace on Pogačar's face a true tale of how he is?
It's definitely at a focus face.
Yeah. Remco, Evenepoel.
Yeah, it's about 15 seconds.
Far away, is he? Pogačar again checks. Vingegaard ups the ante again. He's ridden this entire climb since Sepkus peeled off on the front. Johannesson is catching Carapaz. 16 seconds they are behind. They're not far away.
Yeah, they're about at the 2 kilometer to go. This one, it gets a bit steeper again, although they're already in the steeper part. 10%. Ayuso flicks through the screen of his parameter.
Ayuso is battling and battling well. Well, the answer is whether Himmel Skelmos is the leader in Lidl Trek is answered.
And the answer is Lipovic, the leader in Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, is also answered.
Oh. We're getting all sorts of questions answered this afternoon. Oops. Johannesson makes a move, but look behind.
It's another good move for GC for Johannesson, though. He's going to move probably 3 or 4 places today.
Yes.
Getting back into the top 10, maybe. Depends on the gap with Delaney Martinez. Okay, this is a little breather now. And then they go around the right, left bend, and it's back to 9% all the way to the top.
Well, yet again, the dreams of a stage win for Carapaz are about to be extinguished. Not by a flashing yellow jersey going past him. This time it's going to be polka dots that comes up to the wheel first. 2.4 kilometers to go to the top. They go past Carapaz. Can he get himself onto the wheel and still get the stage win? He looks across. Vingegaard starts to stamp a little bit more again.
And another acceleration there by Vingegaard, all in the seated position. You could just see that change of cadence when he starts to stump.
Anderson steps in. Carapaz is still surviving. Lipovic and Del Toro at the back.
Let's see which one of the GC riders is going to attack. Xexas going to try something now, or is Tadej going to go on the steeper part? Is Vingegaard going to accelerate from the front?
This is the climb of Col d'Agde. It's 11.2 kilometers in length. We've only got 2 of it left. We're heading to La Markstein. The final finish line beckons for these riders. This is the start of the big weekend. Ayuso is still there. Remco is coming back.
Yeah, about 15, 20 seconds. They say 7 seconds.
He's done this on every mounted stage so far. Gets dropped, comes back, ends up third.
Yeah, I don't think he likes the accelerations. Okay, this is... Whoa, get out of the way. Acceleration there by Tadej Pogačar.
Here's another attack. The tornado strikes, and immediately Vingegaard cannot respond to the power of Pogačar. Can he hunt him down? Pogačar really puts on the hurt now. It's almost like he's in a 100-meter running lane there.
Yeah, Vingegaard hasn't given up, though. There's only a couple of meters. It seems that he's closing the gap.
Xexas can't come back. Vingegaard looks across. Can he go? Pogačar looks down yet again, starts to push a little bit harder. He has an advantage. Is this the moment that Pogacar puts the Tour de France now firmly on his side? Vingegaard looks for some help.
And Del Toro has been distanced from the group of chasers. I don't think he's going to get much help there, Vingegaard. Quite a high cadence from Tadej Pogacar. Don't often see him with this high cadence all the time.
Oh, he really is.
He is thumping 12% at the moment.
It's like an egg beater going round. He's thumping those pedals over. 1,200 meters to go to the top. Here's Del Toro trying to come back to the wheel of the group of favourites. 7K to the finish, and Pogacar is alone.
1 kilometer to the top, almost. And the gap is about 7-8 seconds with Vingegaard. 6 seconds.
Look at the work rate of Pogacar right now. The yellow jersey is on a mission.
And it looks like Vingegaard has opened a gap.
9 seconds. Checks over his shoulder again. Wants to see where Vingegaard is. Vingegaard is not that far behind. It's 60 meters. Left, right, the shoulders going. The picture of pure power of Pogacar. And now Sexas goes and leaves Lipovic behind. The Frenchman is starting his move.
And there's another acceleration by Pogacar. Look, he's just opened the gap again. Put a massive acceleration at less than a kilometer from the top. Remco still battling 34 seconds.
Oh, look at the face of Remco Evenepoel this afternoon, firmly in the hurt box. Vingegaard has a gap to Sexas. Pogacar now starting to spin away, almost at the top. This is going to give him the King of the Mountains jersey at the end of the afternoon again. Almost a little smile on the face of the Slovenian superstar.
And 12%. This is the steeper ramp now all the way to the finish. It's going to be barriered out soon enough. And then it's a left turn. And the road starts going down for a couple of kilometers. And then the drag all the way to the finish here.
Paul Sexas is about to catch Vingegaard here on the climb. The Frenchman is giving the fans something to scream about. Paul Sexas.
Well, just look at the crowd. Don't touch the riders, please.
This crowd is incredible. It's like riding through a football stadium. Vingegaard is about to be caught by the Frenchman Sexas, who's in unknown territory and proving that he loves it.
Yeah, the Tour did well to put ropes, but everyone's on the other side of the ropes, unfortunately. 13%, last ramp, 286 meters there for the yellow jersey.
18 seconds to Vingegaard, 20 to Sexas. Pogacar is at the top. What happens now, Nico?
So the top is
Top's
in another,
just
next corner.
Tadej Pogacar is about to reclaim the King of the Mountains jersey. It looked like it might be on the shoulders of someone else tonight, but it's not going to be. And Vingegaard is trying here. Look at the crowd on the top of this climb. Have you ever seen anything like that? It's immense. Look at all the bikes piled up.
Yeah, I don't even think that on Alpe d'Huez I've seen as many people as this as today.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Sexas coming very strong there on the wheel of Vingegaard. Judgment hasn't been made yet. It's not on the wheel yet. It's just about to be done now before they turn on the left on this main road.
Over the top of the climb, the gap is going to be 22
Looks like it's Del Toro.
seconds. Yep, Del Toro's closing the gap now to these two. Del Toro is moving up in the classification tonight for certain. Comes over the top in fourth place. Pogacar leads from Sexas and Vingegaard with Ayuso just behind. Here's the group of Ayuso, of Remco Evenepoel and Lipovic. Remco goes immediately to the front. Here comes Carapaz.
Yeah, about 49 seconds is the gap with this trio and the yellow jersey. And Sexas working well with Vingegaard. They need to help each other. Sexas going for a big move for the podium. He wants to put time into Lipovic.
Where does the last part of the climb start?
At the very, very end. Only in the last kilometer. And the steeper part is really the last 400 meters. It's kind of like this, slightly drags down all the way. It's a bit flat between 3 and 2. And Del Toro is coming back to this group. He hasn't given up. Del Toro, what a fighter. 5 kilometers to go.
So many times today, Del Toro has been in difficulty.
And these 3 riders, they're fighting now for this, to save this podium or to consolidate their top 5.
It's almost like Pogacar is going back to territory he loves as he heads to Le Markstein again. He's won here before. There he is, 4 kilometers to go, full solo mode. He attacked with 7 kilometers to go. Now he's in full time trial mode as he hunches over that Colnago and tries to get even more time. 30 seconds he's taken on Vingegaard right now. He's using every single bit of road.
Yeah,
dodging
really,
left and right.
Really cutting the lines there, trying to quick look over the shoulder, trying to use exactly, you said, the shortest way around. 4 kilometers to go, 30 seconds is the gap with Vingegaard, Del Toro, and Sexas. Del Toro obviously is not gonna ride, he's gonna sit on.
Pogacar flat out downhill. Look at the speed that he's carrying right now. He leans it into this next left-hander. Here's the next group on the road. It's Remco Evenepoel, Ayuso and Lipovic. Ayuso will work with these two to just try and limit the loss. Pidcock is further back on the mountain today. He's going to drop down the classification. Every day there's a bit of a shuffle around. Pogacar has got 3K to go.
Looks around again, trying to see. Obviously at this point, probably doesn't have all the information. No, he's not gonna move. He's not gonna take a turn there, Del Toro. He's gonna sit on. And again, you can just see this road. It's not all down. It kind of has a little few lumps. 3 kilometers to go for the chasers. Sexas, Vingegaard, and Del Toro. And the yellow jersey with Ayuso at 55 seconds. Remco doing a big turn there again in the front. Very generous in this effort. Trying to save his podium at the moment. And look at that, there's only about 10 seconds to play between Evenepoel and Sexas.
It's going to be close now to Sexas moving on to the podium of this tour. 2K to go for Pogacar in the yellow jersey. 34 seconds he's taking right now. With every pedal rev, he opens up another gap. Look at the way he's leaning, almost touching his shoulder on the rope at the side of the road. He looks across. For a little moment, he had a grimace on the last climb. Now there's no grimace in it, it's just pure power.
Yeah, you could just see the difference in speed with the second group.
Every single pedal rev you can see is just sheer power. 1,300 meters to go now.
Then he's going to slightly start dragging up again towards the finish. There we go, 1 kilometer to go.
Checks over his shoulder again.
Now the road's going to go up, not long, just 2-3%. And then the last 400 meters, a little bit steeper. You could almost see the finish there on the left after this corner. He knows it. He's won last year in the sprint.
This time,
a couple of years ago.
Yeah, this time he's going to go solo all the way to the line. He doesn't like to leave it to any chance. Now he just solos his way to every single victory. Just leaves everybody in his wake. He can see now the finish line. He checks over his shoulder. Sexas is looking to see where the group behind is. He needs time to move on to the podium. He needs 29 seconds, Paul Sexas, so he needs a time bonus as well. Pogacar is looking for time and time bonuses. Nearly 4 hours of racing, and he gets set for yet another stage victory. He comes round the corner. He's won in Le Markstein before. Gritted teeth. Now he'll start to celebrate as he checks yet again. The power of Pogacar proves to be too much. It's Tadej's 25th stage of the Tour de France.
Yeah, what a brilliant solo. Let's see now, is Del Toro going to sprint, or is it just going to be these two riders going for the line? But yes, he has to go on the sprint.
He's going to go for a 1-2, and Sexas isn't going to let him have it. Del Toro looking for second place for UAE, which will start to give them the team competition as well. Sexas is going to be third on this stage unless he can get past Del Toro. Sexas does not want to be beaten by the Mexican, but Del Toro, with those eyes focused on the finish line, he's going to give UAE a 1-2 on the day. Sexas is third, Vingegaard in fourth, and Remco now battling for his third place overall as he crosses the line behind Vingegaard, ahead of Ayuso and Lipovitz.
Everyone almost in that minute, and Carapaz has had an amazing stage to close off that top 10. Motor fighter Richard Carapaz again tried to go full on for the stage today. It was risky, but he committed to it.
He tries and tries and tries. This rider deserves something. What a ride by Richard Carapaz. All in, and just Pogacar was too strong. A 1-2 for UAE. At one point, though, Del Toro looked like he was gone.
Suffering, yeah.
Johannesson, good day for him. Skelmoser, Martinez.
Good ride there by Sexas today. Very strong ride.
Very good. Sexas there. Showed how strong he was, Paul Sexas. Pogacar right into the line, daylight again, 7 kilometers solo. Game over.
It's good to see that he also stops he does a lap before he celebrates. Make sure every watt counts. I don't think if he freewheels for 20 meters is going to change much of his...
I wouldn't have thought so. Do we have any news on our green jersey? Where is Mads Pedersen?
Mads
How
Pedersen,
far away is he?
I've just been told now, 25 minutes.
Let's take a look at the result of stage 14. Tadej Pogacar wins ahead of his teammate Isaac Del Toro. In third place, the Frenchman Paul Sexas with another podium in this tour, behind him Vingegaard and Remco Evenepoel. This is the group of Pidcock and Bernal, Elian van Wilder, Voizard. Pidcock is suffering his way to the line here. In the group with Adam Yates, he's going to lose 3 minutes and 30 odd seconds. That's going to hurt.
And still the battle for that top 10 though is still at play.
High fives for Pogacar from the crowd. So another 7 kilometers solo today. His 4th stage win in this year's race. Another 10 stages, he catches Mark Cavendish.
How many more this year? Can be done by next year.
Could be done. Del Toro, though, what a ride. Let's take a look at the general classification. God, it's moved around a bit. Pogacar, Vingegaard and Remke Evenepoel still top three. Sexas moves up two, is only 15 seconds off the podium now. Ayuso in fifth. Then Lipovitz, Del Toro and Skelmoser move up. Pidcock drops 5 places down to 9th, and Lenny Martinez stays in 10th. They always knew for Pidcock it was going to be a really tough day. Tomorrow might be even tougher.
Tougher, yeah. Jagata closing out probably around top 15.
Dark clouds in the background again. For someone who's going into the unknown, Paul Sexas isn't worried about taking things on, is he?
Nope.
It's impressive.
Yeah, it was a proper effort. He's done well. Got the team in the front at the bottom. Gave it a go in the final.
I think Ayuso's had a hard day.
Yes, he looks quite tired sitting there at before going on the home trainer.
Annemiek van Vleuten won here in 2022 in the Tour de France Femme avec Zwift.
Beautiful. Actually, today I saw a lot of people with the summer skis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's just giving her legs a bit of a shake. He's now going to be the best young rider of this race by 3 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of flies up here on the Markstein. He was just trying to actually see them on screen.